they told me the clock wouldn't start until I started to talk. I'm Lisa Edison Smith, and I want to talk to you about employment law today, not the bison, but they are great. And I want to talk to you about 5 basic concepts. Hire the best, coach up the rest, fire the mess, don't screw up. And if you're lucky, you'll stay out of court. Now, I know some of you heard me talk before, and you think the mission impossible is that I can't do this in 5 minutes. I feel like I'm in the lightning round on Family Feud because I get paid by the word. But hire the best. Everybody wants it. You want to hire the guy on the right up here, not the guy on the left. But they all come in looking like the guy on the left. They come in looking like they're going to be the super employee, but a good share of them wash out and turn out to be the guy on the right who doesn't like to work on Fridays or days that have a T in them. So one way to do it, how do you do that? You're HR people. You put all the resumes in a hat, pick one at random, then hire the hat. And the guy says, the hat, well, I've seen the resumes. It's hard. You look at the resumes. Or you try this instead. Make sure everybody completes the job application. Don't hire people on resumes. And look for red flags. Look for gaps in their employment. Look for unexplained job changes or a lot of job hopping. And check those references. Do your background checks. This is revolutionary. Before the employee starts working. And the cardinal rule, don't hire anybody because you need a body. That is almost certain to result in disaster. Coach up the rest. Coach up the rest. You hire them, and everybody, you need them to know what you want them to do. Some of them are going to be superstars, some of them aren't, but they all need to know. They need a job description, they need performance feedback. Successful teams like the NDSU Bison and Carson Wentz have a game plan. They provide feedback to their players. If they're screwing up, they let them know. Don't expect your team members to read your mind. Sometimes employers, we do it all the time. We expect them to know what we want them to do. Provide them that feedback. Just do it. Timely, balanced feedback. Document the issues. And make sure that when you do that, that it's signed and it's dated. So that if you come back later, you know what it meant. So inevitably, what's going to happen? You're gonna hire the best you thought, but you're gonna coach them up, but some of them are just not gonna work. And sometimes you have to fire the mess. Know when to say when. Don't assume an employee will just quit. How am I doing? All right. Don't assume an employee will just quit. Document, 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 because they don't. So document, be honest but humane in that documentation. Now this seems contrary, but avoid the knee-jerk reaction, because this happens all the time. People fire people when they're angry. Send them home, suspend them, think about it. So that if you do that, you can reduce your risk. Have 2 supervisors review any termination decisions. Contact your attorney if you've got those red flags. If you've got somebody who's in a protected category, somebody who's made a complaint, contact your attorney, think about it and consider those red flags and reduce that risk. How do you do that? Well, you might offer them severance, but get that release of claims. If you're going to pay somebody, get that release of claims and plan that termination session, because I've seen many disasters come out of loose things that people said in termination sessions, which leads right into don't screw up. And I asked myself, can I say screw up? After the locker room talk, yeah, I'm saying screw up. So don't screw up. When you get into these kinds of tough situations, don't rely on employment at will. Of course, North Dakota and Minnesota are employment at will states, but have those documented reasons, because it's fair to the employee, and if you ever get called into litigation, you need that. Don't ignore the law. Don't ignore the law. Don't rely on the fact that everyone else does it that way, because everyone else may be wrong, and you may be the one who gets sued. This is particularly true in not paying overtime. Never, ever ignore complaints. Don't do that. And if you do that, maybe you'll stay out of court. Here we've got 3 judges. 2 of them are on TV. One of them is federal Judge Ralph Erickson, a very wonderful judge in federal courts. You do, and unlike the cases that come before Judge Judy, however, the cases that come before Judge Erickson, they don't get solved in 15 minutes. Why do you want to stay out of court? Because no one likes lawyers. Money, M-O-N-E-Y, frustration and waste of time. You'll spend 1.5 years to 2 years in court, and you won't like it. But what's the main reason? Why are you in business? Happy employees mean happy customers. And what do happy customers mean? Money. They mean a healthy bottom line. Thanks, folks. Go Bison.